Hello and good morning. I'm here at the Urban Garden Center, and some really amazing things are happening in the garden with the lady beetles, more commonly known as ladybugs. In the past, I've talked about how to attract and keep them into your garden with dill. So we have a number of dill plants going. What also happens is the dill plants tend to attract a lot of bugs. So a lot of aphids and different things, and that's what the ladybugs eat. And so the ladybugs will go there, lay their eggs, and then it's kind of a little nursery going there on the dill plant for ladybugs. So now we have ladybugs all over the garden in a variety of stages, and I'm going to try to show you what is going on. So let me see if I can get this. Here on this plant, if you can see along the stem, that's all aphids, okay? So this plant is what I would consider infested. It's a little seedling of the cosmos, so I'm just gonna pull it and be done with it. Don't quote me on this, but I believe there are 5 larval stages of ladybugs. So each of the little larval stages looks different. So can you see that guy there? Let me see. They are so small. So that's one larval stage, and look for the blackish gray with the orange spot on it. So that's one of the smaller larval stages. Then we've got this larval stage here, which is a little, you can see it's bigger, and you can see on the stem right next to it all the aphids there. So it's got an ample food supply, which is why they're moving in over here. I see a bunch of adults. Oh, I see another. It's really tricky to see. Can you see that guy crawling? That's another larval stage. And then there's this larval stage. Now, look carefully at this stage. He's basically going through the transformation right now into the lady beetle that we are more familiar with. You can see more orange. He's there, he's not moving, and he's going through his final metamorphosis. And right now there's a number of them in that stage. Here's another one in one of the larval stages. So he's got a ways to go. Good morning, Tori. And we have a lady beetle here doing his business. And I'm gonna see if I can show you this one here. He is also going through the final larval stage into the metamorphosis into the ladybug. So this is happening all over here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There is a tiny black dot right above the spittle. That's the egg. Here's another tiny larval stage. You can see there. So these are all different stages of ladybugs, and they're all here on this cosmos. Yeah, they are really cute, and they're exciting to see them all over here, and they're moving to other plants too as there's more and more of them. So here's another one. It seems like everywhere we turn we're seeing ladybug larval, and there he goes. So yes, these cosmos have a lot of aphids on there, so there's plenty of food for these baby ladybugs and then the newly emerged ladybugs. It's really difficult here in Hawaii to physically bring in ladybugs into your garden plot and then have them stay. Some researchers at the University of Hawaii, College of Tropical Agriculture have done numerous experiments and studies trying to do that, but they just don't want to stay. So the best way is to bring in and plant something that they really like and attract them in. Another thing amazing, I see a beautiful ladybug here. This is a nasturtium. So a nasturtium is an edible flower. Here's the flower. The leaves, I believe, are as well, but definitely the flower. They have a slightly peppery. I had to pull this plant. Looks a little funny because I had to pull it back. This is one plant. It's huge. It's probably about 4 feet wide, maybe about 3 feet high, and we have a tomato growing behind it. This is the midnight snack tomato, and you can see the purple, but it was getting squished by this nasturtium, and so I just kind of flipped it over. This is a really, really happy nasturtium. It's loaded with flowers up underneath and inside rather than up on the surface, which I think if you were to harvest it to eat, then it would keep them nice and fresh. And look at that bugger over there. Do you see these cardinals? We harvested some corn and I pulled back the top to make sure that, and look, oh my God, they've already been eating. They are having a feast. I was trying to cover them up with these sweet potato leaves. Sweet potato leaves are edible. You pull the leaves off. You don't want it on those stems since it's a little woody. But we're gonna have to put those in a bucket or something because that is crazy. But let me show you the other midnight snack tomato over here because it has more tomatoes on it. And it is doing quite nicely, and you can see that beautiful dark purple color, almost black. It will get darker. More of it will be that blackish color as it gets bigger. So we have another nursery going on over here on the saddest looking dill plant you ever saw. This dill plant was fine a week ago. We had seen bugs start to really move in and infest it, but in the past week it's really taken over. But we're leaving it there. This is why you don't want to spray just indiscriminately to kill all the bugs, because you won't have any ladybugs. Or if you do, there's very few. So if you can look closely, we've got all kinds of larvae on. Here's a really tiny one here. There's one here and there, and then there's some here and then here and here. I mean, they're just everywhere on this dill plant. So that's another thing too. You know, think about the cycle of everything working together. These pests aren't just there to irritate you in the garden, to thwart your efforts of trying to grow things, but they are food for helpers, and so you want to make it a hospitable place for the helpers, and it really is an amazing thing to see all the larval stages on here. I mean, I can't tell you, they're just crawling all over the place in here, even though that looks quote bad if it was in your garden. So yeah, this is a good oh, and here's one teeny tiny. Can you see that one? He's tiny, and then we've got two here. So I really wanted to share this and show you folks, because a lot of people don't know, and they see these black bugs and then they have a knee-jerk reaction to anything that they perceive. Where did he go? There he is. He's running off to a new plant. And so there's some here. And then here's another one who is starting to go through his final metamorphosis into the actual lady beetle or the ladybug. So you can really start to see. So they don't just grow larger, they actually crack out of their skin, and each larval stage looks quite different from the others, but they're all related together. So, you know, just take a moment and really marvel at these amazing things. And I mean, they are just eating everything that they can possibly eat, and it's a feast for them. Right wherever they turn, there's dinner. So yeah, I really encourage you to slow down and really look and see and be patient. I mean, all the aphids are on this. They're not going on to the plants around it. These other plants, we don't see any aphids on there. They prefer to be on here, and that's also where all of the larvae are preferring to be. So there you go, all the different larvae of the ladybugs on this dill plant. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And if you found this fascinating, if you could share this with your friends, I'm sure they would enjoy this, because we need to let the world know. Don't kill the ladybug babies before they have a chance to eat all of our bugs. So I hope you folks have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you later.